all your doings, make sure you are motivated by love and passion for what you are doing. We are on our way to assess some land, and at a point you have to park the car and trek. This is a literal footpath. The team is ahead, Fred is ahead, and we are going there to assess some land for a potential good farm business. It's a very mountainous place, and just this morning we were talking about how it would be so beautiful to have a good business, a good farm on such a piece of land, very hilly. And just imagine seeing all these black and red and brown and white boa goats dotted all over the landscape. I can already imagine it, and I think it's beautiful. This is just the beginning of this video, so I want you to stay tuned whilst we are climbing. Yes, we are climbing to the land, and then we would all together see how the assessment goes, whether it is viable. Some of you have been asking, how do you tell whether this land is viable or not? Today I'm doing this with you. So let's go. We are in the bush, yeah, but that's why I started by saying make sure you are motivated by love and passion for what you are doing. I must also say that if this is your first time watching this channel, see, you are really in for a jolly ride. This is Farming in Africa YouTube channel, and we are passionate about revolutionizing the livestock industry through education, which we give freely on all of our social media platforms, and of course by providing innovative solutions to the industry. Today we are on our way, as I mentioned, to assess a farmland, a potential farmland. Let's go with me. I shall be back. Alright guys, I told you today we are really in for a ride. We've caught up with Fred. No, not the entire team yet. Fred, please stop. I'm out of breath, please. I am out of breath. I don't think he is. What makes you put everything aside and go on ventures like this? Please. We are not even at the farm yet, and no road or car can pass where we are. It's not much trouble.
Yes.
Yes, why?
Because the farmer is not here. I think the farmer is in the UK.
Okay.
Has purchased this land, and he needs to have some goats. And if anybody wants to have some goats, we are the place, we are the people to go to, and we are the guys to come. So we're here. Hopefully we'll get there soon.
So we don't discriminate?
No, you don't.
Once the person tells us there is a piece of land, we go.
We will go.
Okay, my boss says we will go. We are continuing. Great. Oh. Right. I don't think I'm out of breath for now. Where I am is all part of the land. You know, I told you it's very mountainous, and I'm going to share with you some of the factors the team looks out for when they come to assess how viable it would be for a good farm business. So it stretches all the way to my right, and I am told is roughly about 25 acres, which is a good amount of land to have for any business, for that matter, any livestock business. Where we started from when we were climbing, very hilly, very rocky, and so we've got to like the middle part, tapering to the end a bit, where it's slightly flat and stable, and it is one of the spots we look out for when we want to, you know, set up a good pen or a good farm business. The rocky area, we would let that be for now, because for very obvious reasons like growing or cultivating your own feed, you want the animals to be right by their pasture, and so we would have different use for that. But first of all, the land isn't swampy. I can assure you of that. It looks very, very fertile. You can see behind me the greenery, the vegetation. It's beautiful. And I love the fact that it's mountainous. I keep getting this mental image of these white and brown boer goats all over the place. And yeah, it's going to become a reality. So it's not swampy at all. It's firm, it's fertile. And yeah, number 2 is that we are not doing it at the very hilly, rocky area. And when I say rocky, I don't mean, you've heard us say goats love to climb and all of that, but this is like stony ground. Yes, that's what I think I'm looking for. So we've moved into the middle part of the land, which is, you know, flatter, like I said, and you can tell that it's fertile. When you cultivate your pasture there, you're not going to struggle. And number 3, I am just so happy to see the vast space we have to do this project. It's just beautiful. As always, I promised I would carry you on into this adventure for today, and I don't even know the name. I've forgotten the name of where we are, but yeah, it's quite far from Accra. This especially goes out to all of our African family in the diaspora. If you have some piece of land back home, listen, this is what we do. We want all of you out there who are interested in doing this livestock agribusiness, right? We want to support, and that's what we are known for. Farming in Africa exists to support all of you. Just, you know, reach out to the team, and we shall do, even if it's the initial stage of assessing the land, to let you know if you can continue with your project. We shall let you know. My name is Nadia, and today I came to you from in the middle of nowhere, but somewhere, to let you know that farm assessment is one of the supports and services we love to offer to farmers, both veteran farmers and upcoming ones. It's been a ride today, but Fred, please, I just need to find out some answers we have on our minds for some questions.
Sure.
You've seen the place now.
Yeah.
What's your first impression of it? It's such a mountainous, hilly place, even possible for a project like that.
Yes, it is. My first, impression is like, oh, finally we have South Africa here.
Oh, nice.
I think when you go to South Africa, all their farmlands are very mountainous and so on, especially where we buy our goats.
Yeah.
So when I saw it,
wow.
I think we can do something really nice with it. Definitely the pen needs a more flat places to be.
Yeah, I saw you move to the middle part.
Exactly. So we are going to utilize a flat place for the pen and the infrastructures.
Yeah.
But then the pasture and the grazing yard will then go up, and I think it's going to be really beautiful.
And looking at how secluded this area is,
yeah.
If you are to have such a project here, how is the feasibility like? You know, I've always felt it has to be close to the township.
Yeah.
How is it like?
Yeah, I think normally no, farms doesn't have to be in the middle of the towns.
Okay.
Ours is because of how we position ourselves. But I think if you're thinking about doing something large scale, you should actually be secluded and focus on what you're doing, not too much human activities and encounter your farm.
Not too much human activity.
Exactly, so that you can focus on what you're doing. Obviously, access to road and electricity, internet is always going to be a challenge.
Yes.
When you're too excluded.
Yeah.
But that also gives you the focus and the exclusion you need with your animals.
Wow, so like isolate yourself so you can have a sharper focus. My last question, because I know we have to trek back.
Yes.
Where we are, yes, I was mentioning earlier, the part of the land has very stony ground.
Yes.
And so I'm curious as to why you said you wouldn't want to position your pasture close to this place, but the flatter side. Talk about that for me, because I feel like, does it mean stony ground can't be used for farm because we are cultivating our own feed as well?
No, not that. If you want to understand the soil, look at the plants that's already on it.
As simple as that.
As simple as that. You can see, to me, when I see people growing cassava and plantain on the land, and I'm like, how much more grass?
Okay.
So that's not a problem. Okay. I think we chose here the flat area to build the structures and make it easy. If you go more hilly, then you have rocks, and I think digging and like doing stuff is going to be much difficult than the flat area. So we'll set it up there. But I think the grazing and everything, this is perfect, you know.
Do you see the cementia grass thriving in this?
Oh, as I said, look at the plants.
Look at the plants.
If cassava is thriving, why not why not grass?
Yes, that's all I needed to know. Just look at the plants around. And so guys, on that note, let me leave this here for today. We shall take you along with us on all of the adventures we go on, because we are moving all over, providing the support we need to give to farmers to be able to do this livestock agribusiness right. We love you and see you again in another video.